an interesting report by Xpatweb. It's a report on employment and finding skills. It's a really nuanced conversation in South Africa because, according to this report, finding skilled workers is hard. But we know that the reality in South Africa is that we've got many graduates, qualified graduates. These are people that are unemployed, staying at home, that are looking for work. But according to this report, there is a bit of a disconnect, and finding the right experience and qualifications is even harder. Joining us for that conversation is Marisa Jacobs, and she's the managing director of Xpatweb. Marisa, thank you so much for coming onto the show. Let's start with what you found in your survey. I believe you spoke to about 381 verified employers. What are they saying?
Yes. Hi, good afternoon. Thank you for having me. Yes, so the survey is one that we've been doing for the last 8 years now, and where we ask employers exactly that. What skills do they find most difficult to recruit? And this year, the results are very similar to what they were last year. And those occupations include engineering, ICT specialists, which is not surprising, artisans, foreign language speakers, healthcare professionals. So quite a wide variety of skills that we see there in the top 10.
Mm. And are they saying that there just aren't enough people with those skills, or is it something else?
So correct. So the survey indicates that the demand for those skills outweigh the supply, and that is backed up by some other findings as well. But also, when we then zoom in on specific occupations, we ask the employers to also indicate for us what kind of qualification level are they looking for and what level of experience are they looking for. And it's there where we can really start to see that they're looking for individuals with 3 to 5 or 5 years plus experience when they are looking for these critical skills.
Hmm. And do they address that in their responses? Oftentimes graduates will say, there's so many of us that are graduates, but when you apply for a job, they are looking for 3 years, 2 years, 4 years experience. I mean, what are the employers saying about addressing that, especially in a country like ours, which is so graduate heavy?
Definitely. So, I mean, that's specifically something that we ask. We ask how important is skills transfer, how important is succession planning for employers. And 90% of the companies that participated in the survey said that succession planning and skills transfer is a very important element for them when it comes to bringing in foreign skills. So they are actually taking those skills from abroad and using them to upskill South Africans at the same time as they are solving the immediate need for those skills.
Yeah. So are we seeing more skills being brought in from abroad? It's an important conversation, Marisa, because you'll hear oftentimes from South Africans that they'll say people are taking our jobs, people are coming from wherever taking our jobs. But is that exactly what employers are doing? Are they going out seeking these skills?
No, most certainly not. I mean, it's very difficult to employ someone from abroad, and it's very expensive and it's very time consuming to find the right person and bring them here. So it most certainly is not the first choice for employers. They would far rather find a suitably skilled South African to fill that role. And then if we look at the unemployment numbers, I think that's so important, and we can't have this discussion without talking about creating jobs, right? And if we look at the data from National Treasury, and the Deputy Minister of Finance shared the data with us recently this year, that for every critically skilled person that we bring in from abroad to South Africa, 7 unskilled jobs get created in South Africa. So the notion that skills foreigners in this critical skills category are taking local jobs is not true. It in fact creates jobs for South Africans, and I think that's really important.
I was so interested when I saw media and marketing among some of the spaces
Mm,
that you've highlighted, particularly because I know many unemployed journalism, media graduates, but then I saw that it's actually around the impact of AI. That's where the story
mm,
is.
mm. Definitely. So it is this um, obviously AI that is coming into the workplace, and these new skills that exist now and that are becoming highly sought after.
So, what is AI fast replacing replacing the journalist, replacing the media professional and the marketing professional?
I think it's definitely having an impact. I'm not sure about replacing, and we also see short-term impact, and then we see long-term impact. We can definitely see in the short term, just from last year to this year, when we compare a couple of those occupations. So if we look at copywriting, last year, 12% of the media marketing shortage occupations was in copywriting. This year's only 1%. So I think we can definitely see AI skills creeping in there if we look at the detail. Replacing, I don't think. I think we need to look at the short term impact, and then we also then need to look at the long term impact to be able to say for certain.
Yeah, I saw artisans also, and this has been one that features quite a bit. You, from the time I was in university, we heard become an artisan. You know that you'll never be
Yeah.
unemployed. Is this one that keeps featuring in your reports?
Absolutely. So it's been in the top three for the last couple of years running. And if we look at the National Development Plan, uh, it targets like 30,000 qualified artisans must be produced annually by 2030. That's the demand of the market. And the output at this point is just not meeting it's just not at the level where we're going to meet that demand by 2030. And I foresee that will be a problem for us for the next couple of years into the future.
Do the employers that you spoke to say how job seekers can better position themselves to be spotted and to be, identified for these opportunities?
It does not. It does not specifically ask that, unfortunately, no. I do, though. I mean, every year when the results come out for the survey, I do make the point of saying it is such a great cheat sheet for any matriculants who want to um, figure out what to study. Go look at the critical skills list, because that's the area in which you should be studying. That's the area in which skills are needed. And not only in South Africa, but also abroad. If we look at the critical skills list of other countries, they very much reflect what we all have a shortage of in South Africa. So it's a global issue.
All right, if someone wants to read your report and get that cheat sheet, where can they go?
It's on our website, so xpatweb.com, and they'll easily find it on the homepage.
All right, that's Marisa Jacobs. Thank you so much for your time. Marisa Jacobs is Managing Director of Xpatweb.